Hello again, and I'm so sorry for being absent from videos, but things as per usual have been a bit hectic here. If you're wondering what this is in front of me, it is my review for Born Pretty store, and it comes protected in this packaging, and it is a gradient dauber with decorated with rhinestones in the middle and a sponge, sponge one end and a tiny stamp at the other end. And we're going to give that a try today with some white acrylic paint and some white stamping polish. I have my nails already painted with a nice purpley colour, so I'm going to get my paint, stamping plate and polish ready, and we'll come back and see how well this works. You can see the item number there, I hope. 42495-1. As I said, this is from Born Pretty store. I'll put all the links in the description box below and post photos at the end of this video as per usual, but for now, let's get everything ready and see how this goes. Okay, so off camera, as you can see, to make it a bit quicker for this video, I've just added some striping tape to my nails, and a bit offset to my camera, I've got some white acrylic paint and a piece of tissue. Now let's take this out of the protective tube. Now I'm not sure if this is going to work because these are obviously made for the use of making gradients with gel polish, and I'm trying it with acrylic paint. But the stamper side is nice and squishy, and this is the foam tip side. So all I'm going to do is dab it into a bit of acrylic paint, dab off the excess, and we're going to try and make a gradient effect, like a smoky, almost, I think it's called Aeropuffing, up the nail. So let's see if this works. So we've dabbed most of it off, and hopefully you can see that is sponging onto the nail really nicely. That is working so much better than, say, a makeup wedge. Just wiping a bit off on the tissue so I can go a bit further up the nail and give it that bit of smoky effect. And then get a bit more on it to just build up the intensity of the white down this end. Now if this was with polish, you would take the striping tape off straight away, but I want to see if this works. So we're going to check that out together once I've done all of the nails. I obviously want to try and go up the same amount. And I'm hoping, because this is a sponge tip and I'm just using acrylic paint, that I can just wash this out and let it dry and then reuse it. Let's just build up the intensity down that side a bit more. Seems to be working. So far so good. I haven't done this one because I'm going to use that as an accent now for the little stampy end. So far so good. Let's go back to this one because that'll be dry, just to try and build up that intensity a touch to give it that gradient effect. Okay, I think that's done. So let's pull off this striping tape and have a look. That's not bad actually, I'm just now covered in striping tape. You can see where a bit of the acrylic paint seeped under the striping tape there, but that can be scratched off because that is just acrylic paint and the polish is totally dry. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. That's given a nice like stripy ombre effect over the nail. Okay, so now we know that sponge tip works with acrylic polish. Acrylic polish? Where am I been? Acrylic paint. I'm just going to quickly clean up and then we'll get a stamping plate and we'll test out the stamper side. Okay, so I'm using BP73. I have my broken Bon British scraper, my white polish, and quickly I'm pleased to announce that I took that out and washed that, and just because it was used with acrylic paint, it's washed all out, so I can just let that dry so I can reuse that, which is handy to know. So now let's see how this little stamper, I'm going to go for this little flower and we'll see how this works. Getting covered in striping tape. Nope, first pick up didn't pick up, but that could be because it got covered in striping tape. So we'll clean that off and try that again. Maybe we need to just do a quick rolling motion with it instead of pressing it down. Yep, that was better. A quick rolling motion. Yeah. A little dinky stamper. Might need a bit of getting used to, but seems to be working nicely. Well, that squished the flower a bit, but never mind. Give it a bit of a wiggle. I mean, I obviously wanted this for the dobby end, for the gradient, like the sponge end, not so much this little tiny stamper, but it's a handy little thing to have. Do we put one more? Let's go for one more. Up there. And there we go. Some stripes and some flowers. Now I'll do a proper clean up, because when I said clean up before I just meant getting rid of the acrylic paint and that. So now I'll do a proper clean up and we'll give them a top coat. I'll post my photo at the end and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so clean up was nice and easy because the acrylic paint was only thin. I love the effect that the sponge end gave across the nail. It's nice to know it can be used with acrylic paint and washed out to be reused again. As to how many times you can actually wash it out, I'm not too sure. The little spongy end for the stamping seemed to work pretty well. So all in all, a handy little product to have. I love the decoration of the little gems and rhinestones in the middle. It has the Born Pretty logo. This end here comes in a handy little tube for protection when you store it. And the item number again is 42495-1. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful. All the links, as I said earlier, will be in the description box below. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Bye.